Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're talking about something that's not just on the horizon. It's already here. The generative AI revolution. And look, this isn't just about cool new tech. This is a major turning point for all of our careers. And figuring out what's happening right now, well, it's absolutely essential. So to really get a handle on how big this is, we've got to start with a paradox. A huge contradiction, really, that kind of sets the stage for the crazy high-stakes moment we're all living through. All right, picture this. It's May 2025. You see a headline that Microsoft is laying off 7,000 people. I mean, that's a massive number. It's the sort of news that makes your stomach drop, right? But believe it or not, that's only half of the story. Because right after that announcement, Microsoft turns around and says they're pumping an insane $80 billion into AI. And get this, that's not over a decade. That's for a single year. So layoffs on one side and a massive, massive bet on AI on the other. See, that's not a contradiction. It's a giant sign pointing directly to the future. And this isn't just one company. We're talking globally here. Some studies are projecting that AI could impact up to 300 million jobs around the world. I mean, that's a number that's pretty hard to wrap your head around, and it totally explains the anxiety a lot of us feel. But here's the thing. Just like with the internet, disruption is never the full picture. You know, every big tech shift in history, the printing press, electricity, the internet, it always sparked fear about job losses. But every single time, it also created brand new industries and incredible new opportunities. And this time, this might just be the biggest opportunity we'll see in our entire lives. This quote from Microsoft's Brad Smith just nails it. He says, AI is like the electricity of our generation. Now stop and really think about that for a second. Electricity didn't just give us better candles, right? It changed everything. How we work, how we live, how we build our world. AI is set to do the exact same thing. And if you want proof of that opportunity, look no further. This is incredible. In the US alone, there are something like 1.3 million open jobs that need AI skills. But the number of people who actually have those skills? Barely 64,000. I mean, that's not a gap, that's a canyon. It's a huge, flashing neon sign that's just screaming, we need skilled people. So you've got this massive transformation and this huge skills gap. It really boils down to a choice for each of us. When a tech wave this big hits, history shows us people tend to go down one of three paths. The real question is, which path are you going to take? Okay, so path number one, the early adopter. These are the people who see the change coming and just lean right into it. They don't fight it, they embrace it. Path two, the follower. These folks kind of wait and see. They watch the early adopters, and once it feels safe, they'll jump in. And finally, you've got the naysayers, the ones who just deny the change is real or think it won't affect them, and they risk getting left behind completely. And if you're wondering why being an early adopter is so critical this time around, just look at these numbers. The speed is unbelievable. It took Netflix 18 years to get to 100 million users. It took ChatGPT 2 months. This isn't some slow-moving wave you can just wait out. It's a full-blown tsunami, and the time we have to react is getting shorter and shorter. So, choosing to be a follower or even a naysayer, that comes with a real cost. The price you pay for just waiting around in a world that's moving this fast can be astronomical. Let me tell you a quick story that drives this point home. Let's go back in time to around 2010. There's this weird new idea bubbling up on sites like Twitter. Some kind of digital money. They were calling it Bitcoin. And for almost everyone, it just sounded like some nerdy, complicated thing that would never go anywhere. Now, just imagine for a second, you heard about it back then, and you decided to throw a tiny, tiny amount of money at it. We're talking like 10 rupees, the cost of a cup of tea. Just what if? But you didn't. You hesitated. You were a follower, maybe a naysayer. You thought, nah, this is just some technical nonsense. It'll never catch on. You just dismissed it and you moved on with your day. So what was the price of that hesitation? That 10 rupee investment, the one you dismissed as nonsense? Today, it would be worth 370 crore rupees. Let that sink in. The cost of being late was staggering. Losing 10 rupees was nothing. Missing that opportunity, that was everything. And that brings us to the most important question. What's your next move? The story of AI doesn't have to end like that Bitcoin story. The path to becoming an early adopter is actually really clear. And it starts with one simple, powerful action: upskilling. Let's look at it like this. The Gen AI market is set to grow at an annual rate of 42%. I mean, if a financial advisor came to you and offered you an investment with a guaranteed 42% return every single year, you'd jump on it, right? No question. Well, right now, investing in your own AI skills is that investment. And let's get really honest about risk. The real risk isn't learning a new skill that might not be perfect. The guaranteed risk is doing nothing at all and watching from the sidelines as the world changes without you. Learning something new is never a waste, but being left behind, that's a certainty. So the bottom line is this. Leaning into this change isn't about just trying to avoid falling behind. It's about giving yourself the tools to absolutely soar. When you choose to learn, to adapt, to be an early adopter in this AI revolution, the question stops being about survival. The question becomes, just how high can you go?